is we're gonna build the baddest cleanup rake on the planet, y'all. Tell y'all what we got going on in here. Yeah, that's a 9-inch, 7 to 9-inch grinder. You just got to run the, you need to run that big battery on it. I mean, it'll run on the, like the 5 amp hour batteries, but it'll eat them up pretty quick. So this is what we're doing. This is a 5-foot Tractor Supply, Rake County line. That's right. That's the reason why I thought you cut that one over there for that.
You want me to put that on there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I don't work with you every day.
I usually have prance. I just asked you while ago, 25 inches.
Yeah, but I thought you were talking about 20, you know, plus 25 to come off of that.
Okay, let's see.
So you're gonna need to plus 25 from there to overlap all the way back there. It's a good thing I got a long pipe. So what we're doing is we're gonna build the baddest cleanup rake on the planet, y'all. There's not gonna be anything any badder than this when we're done with it.
Something good side.
Yeah, man. What the game plan is, I bought this thing new. Looked for one just about this whole year. Couldn't find one nowhere. All the tractor dealerships. I was going to, you know, buy one from either John Deere or our Case New Holland Kubota dealer. Nobody's getting one. I was wanting a 5-foot. I didn't want a 6-foot. Of course, I could have cut a 6-foot down, but I didn't want to pay for a 6-foot and then have to cut some of it off on a 5-foot. But we cut the top of the 3-point hitch off. I'm going to extend the pipe out here where I can grab it with the grapple. And we're going to put an end piece on it where it'll bump up against the grapple, where I can loosen the grapple up, let the rake kind of float, you know, side to side. And that way, as I'm coming out of a yard, I can clean up, you know, nearly a 40-foot path as I'm coming out. So I can rake it up real quick, throw the rake down, grapple up the trash, the leaves, debris, whatever it is, and keep on rolling. So we're gonna put this thing on there like that. I'm gonna test it, see how it works, and then everything jives right on it. I can go one more step further too if I wanted to, and I could put a receiver on it to where I could connect it right there. But I think this is gonna be fine with that pipe on there like that. I think that's gonna be just perfect like that, and not have to do that, because I won't have to move the machine as much holding it with the grapple. So I'm rake all the way over there to that wall and then rake all the way over here. So I'll be able to cover 40 foot easy coming out. I just gotta get my welder here on the right page with me so he's understanding what's going on here. Then so if it works, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this thing to read your precision sandblast, and I'm gonna have him paint it what color? Orange. Orange. That's right. Orange. That's right. Orange.
You a Tennessee fan?
No. I'm not no football fan at all, man.
I ain't much of one anymore.
I'm living in between University of Alabama and Mississippi State, and then Ole Miss too. That's almost too much, you know what I mean? So that's what the game plan is. This should work pretty good. It'll be efficient. Cleanup is my bottleneck, and I'm wanting to speed up the cleanup a little bit more. I don't want to touch anything by hand. That is my goal. I don't want to have to touch leaf rake or nothing, which I don't touch them much now as it is. And then I'll blow them BBs out. So Rake's almost done. I didn't show, well, we stopped on this night and then got back on it the next night and installed the pipe on it and got it all kind of fixed up. And I went out there and did some test runs with it down there by my shop. And the reason I wanted it to where I could grab it but leave it loose, because I want it to just kind of float on the ground. I don't want no weight of the machine pushing down on it all. So that's the reason why we didn't make a rigid mount, you know, and I didn't want to be taking my grapple on and off, because that was going to kind of defeat the purpose of being able to do it really fast. So with this here, I can just reach out there, sit it on the ground and open the grapple just a little bit to where everything kind of moves around in the grapple and it'll follow the contour of the ground. The 5 foot's going to do that very well. And just the weight of it, because it only weighs like it's under 200 pounds, the whole rake, and just the weight of it, it worked very, very nice. Now I've got to go back and put some gussets on it and kind of finish it out a little bit, and I'll do that myself and get that done, and I'll get it to read, get it sandblasted and painted. Y'all will probably see some more video of it here shortly. But the last 2 weeks have been pretty crazy for me and my world. We were in Charlotte, North Carolina last week at the Tree Care Industry Show. Had a good time at it. We got home Saturday night. I was home Sunday. Monday morning at 5 something, hopped on a plane, flew up to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for a Volvo sponsored event, and met up with Let's Dig, Dirt Perfect, NY Millennial, Dirt Rail Guy, Heavy Metal Learning, and I'm trying to think. There was some other people there, but so we did a 2-day deal up there with Volvo. Tuesday, when started to come back, it was about lunch, a little after lunch, it started icing and sleeting up there. We ended up sitting on the tarmac on the plane for over 2 hours waiting to get de-iced in Harrisburg. It was a huge, huge mess. So when I was taking off in Harrisburg to fly back, my plane that I was supposed to be on flying back to Columbus was landing in Columbus. And of course, that was the last flight back to Columbus. When I got in Atlanta, tried to get a rental car. I could not get a rental car from nobody. I didn't have any. And so I had to get on the phone real quick to get the Volvo travel agent to help me out. And had it not been for her, I'm not sure I would have got a room in Atlanta. So I dang near had to spend a night in the airport. But anyhow, they got me a room. Spent the night in Atlanta Tuesday night. Got on the first flight back to Columbus, which was at 11 o'clock. Flew back and got landed and left the airport. Went straight to Starville, and was car wouldn't crank. The battery was dead in it, so I rescued her, got her situated, swapped her battery out real quick, and then got home. I got home about, I landed at the airport just before noon. I ended up getting home about 1 something, I guess. But just a crazy 2 weeks. Man, you'll see the videos from the Volvo. The people who follow me on Instagram at Cotton Top 3 there have already seen some of the behind the scenes and some of the stuff that I've been posting there from the Volvo event. And you'll see that that later on, and you'll see the finished videos from each one of us, and nobody will realize the work that it takes to do these travels and to make these events, and to make it. It's not all fun, you know what I mean? It's a crazy amount of work, and it's very tiring. So glad to be back home and get situated and kind of step back and take a breath for a little bit. I do have to travel one more time in December, so that ought to be a cool little deal. But so let me know your thoughts on the Rake. Like I said, I tested it. I didn't film any of the test because it was black dark. I was under the lights, but the results from it were absolutely crazy. This is like a branch manager on steroids right here is what this thing is. And I don't think you'll have to worry about the tines, wearing out, or like the little brushes and bristles, and having to replace that stuff. And it won't take up no room on the trailer. I'll just throw it up on the trailer and roll with it. But let me know what you think, what your thoughts are. I've had quite a few people over the course of me doing all this have sent me messages and things, and recommending me get one of these and do this. And I just hadn't done it. I had like I said in the video, I'd been trying to find one of these crazy things this entire year and just could not find one. I did find one over in outside of Augusta, Georgia, and when I called them about it, the tractor dealer over there, they were wanting over $2,000 for one of these things, but they knew that they were the only one who had one. And I was like, no bueno, man, not happening. And lo and behold, my Tractor Supply here locally got it in, and I didn't pay. It was eight something for it once I got everything settled out on it and everything. And so should work pretty good. It should work on everything, big stuff, small stuff, chunky stuff. Even if I wanted to move mulch around with it on the stumps, it would have worked pretty good like that. So we'll catch y'all later. Later, taters.